If you want to hunt nightmarish monsters from ancient folklore in a vivid open world, the Axis Unseen will be right up your alley. If you want to kill stuff while listening to a heavy metal soundtrack that dynamically adjusts to what is going on in the game, well, it's also got that. Use all your senses to track down monsters, follow their tracks, and pay attention to the wind direction, but beware, the hunter is also the hunted. The Axis Unseen has a really cool looking map with 6 different biomes, and it's 5 times the size of Skyrim. Normally, I might brush off a statement like this as marketing buzzwords, but the developer of this one actually did work on Skyrim and Fallout. Nate Purkeypile started work on the game in June 2021 and has put out a development roadmap. The world is finished, and now he's adding in creatures and points of interest to fill in the map. So let's get more into gameplay. Your weapon of choice here is a bow, and you can upgrade it and find different elemental arrows like fire spreading, wind controlling, or even time distorting. These arrows will then be able to interact with each other and the environment, like using wind arrows to help spread a fire faster. Using your senses is also very important, and you can gather enhanced sense powers from different creatures you encounter out in the world. Your main goal in the game is to find out what happened to the hunters that explored these lands before you. You're in some kind of alternate dimension or realm, and you need to stop these creatures from escaping back into your world. You'll learn about all this through different journal entries and drawings you collect after you hunt certain creatures, including Bigfoot. And if you're wondering how much lore there will be, Nate says there is a lot, and apparently is also going to have a bunch of different writers contributing to the game. Now, let's talk about this stunning world. I mentioned earlier that there would be 6 different biomes, and some of them require you to have special powers in order to survive and navigate them. One of my favorite features that's been shown so far is the UI, or lack thereof. There are no mini-maps. You'll navigate using the sun, stars, and different landmarks scattered throughout the world. Your bow holds the energy from different monsters that you kill, which is sort of like your XP, and the tattoos on your hand show your current health. There also won't be traditional fast travel, but there will be options for traveling faster. Think Subnautica. Overall, the sort of gameplay loop here has you going out to explore, track, and hunt down creatures, collecting their energy to bring back to the lodge, where you can level up your stats at altars. And now, a little bit more about Nate Purkeypile before we wrap things up. He's been making games, mostly at Bethesda, for over 18 years now, and was even the lead artist on a few projects. But he has experience in a bunch of different disciplines, including lighting, art direction, level design, and shaders. Nate mentioned in a video on his YouTube channel that he did love working on the projects he was a part of, but enjoys having a smaller team with less of a focus on the corporate meeting type stuff and more of a focus on just making fun games. The Axis Unseen is being built in Unreal Engine 5 and does not have a release date yet, but it will be making an appearance at the Future Game Show in a couple days on Thursday, March 23rd, with a ton of new characters and some news about the release, most likely announcing the release year. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one, especially exploring the world and learning the habits and patterns of these weird and wonderful monsters. I don't have that much experience playing hunting type games aside from the Hunter Call of the Wild, which I enjoyed for about 20 hours, but it did end up getting repetitive. I think part of that has to do with how realistic it is. The Axis Unseen is not realistic, and I hope that all these cool powers and the overarching story of this corrupted dimension keep me hooked for longer. So while we're waiting for more news, even though it's only going to be a couple days, here are a couple more upcoming games to get excited for.